MOTU March Madness 2024 is upon us, so let's get a peek into the future of the line right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
I am doing great. It's a long weekend. My room is actually done. It took 8 days to build and finish. And so after this stream, I am deconstructing some of the stuff in this room and starting to move downstairs. So I'm excited.
Good luck. I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and I got to tell you, I'm exhausted.
I bet. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of prep. So you've been providing a blueprint for what to expect from me. So it's great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was actually, the weather's been bad all day, but so I took advantage of that and been working on unpacking the toy room. They still have a disaster all over the floor next to me, but I think hopefully within the next week I should be finished. But I've just been using all my spare time to do this.
Yeah. It's funny what we classify as bad weather in California. It's raining. It's like it's not snowing, nothing's freezing, but yes, it's just really wet.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not even like that bad. It's like, oh, it's cloudy and like a little bit rainy outside.
We're babies, so it's all good.
We shouldn't complain at all.
I know. Yeah, I mean, but we can because we're California babies.
But we had some. Yeah, I know, right? We're snowflakes. We can't handle any bad weather.
I love that term. It's funny.
I know. Got it from somewhere. But we had some really cool news that dropped this week for MOTU that we'll talk about today. And yeah, I mean, 2024 is shaping up. And you got something dropped, by the way, on your doorstep today too, didn't you?
Oh geez, yeah. Eternia landed in a big way. I didn't realize how heavy it was, and I had to get my wife to help me in with the package. I was like, holy crap. It's big.
Are you serious? I'm gonna have to drag mine up the stairs. At least now you can just take it straight into your downstairs office.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna get built. So I guess once I have a table big enough to hold it. So yeah, it'll probably sit in the box like all the other big stuff that I've been getting lately.
Yep, mine actually is gonna go on the desk behind me. I think it might stick out like maybe 2 inches or so, but I haven't gotten it yet. I think it's supposed to come tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. That's awesome. What FedEx says tomorrow, but there's nothing has changed on my tracking for like a week.
Yeah. We actually made a trip out to the nearby IKEA just to look at some options today. So I think we have a good plan in place.
Oh, nice. Oh, fantastic. Well, like I said, if you need any help laying anything out, send me the measurements and I'll help you, because even, an inch or two here or there can make a difference in terms of what you get.
Totally. All right.
Awesome.
Well, let's kick this off.
I can't wait. Your room looks incredible. So
thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to I'll show some pictures once it has stuff in it. Right now it's an empty room, which is not super exciting, but it's exciting to me because I get to fill it up now. and I get to keep this room, which was a shocker to me too.
Yay.
So but awesome. Wow.
So your wife isn't gonna get jealous and take part of it from you?
Well, she is now, but no, I don't think she'll take it back. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe she
will. Let's see how long that lasts.
You're right.
All right. Let's say hi to the chat. Why don't we?
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's dive in and see who's here. There's a Pedro, Quinton, Frankie Rivera, one of our awesome crew members, is here. Raphael, Stanley's Toy Channel, and Rob 2023, both awesome crew members. My Buddy's Customs is here. Toy Geekosaurus, the one and only crew member Joe Coleman. How's it going, Joe? Good to see you in the chat. Low on Life, another one of our crew members. Thomas Biancasara, Uraki, RGBP, Bethany is here. King Panther is here. Smetty45 is also here. Another one of our crew members, Frank Pryor, is joining us. Low on Life and Dan Diego, both awesome crew members. I'm trying to consolidate. Daniel Hurd, a member for 11 months of our awesome Toy Havocs crew. Good to see you, Daniel, as always. And Robert Alessandrini, another one of our crew members. Ryan Cole, crew member. Nunyo Biz is also here. And the one and only Neil Hunter Hyde, another one of our crew members, is here. Ryan Cole, did I say Ryan? Also one of our crew members. Steve Munar is here. JMax77. Rob Zilla, another awesome crew member, is also joining us. Germany Retro Toys is in the house. Crew member D. Griff, Steve Munar, Helter Santos, Battle Armor Dad, Cowabunga Dude crew member, Geek. I'm just only gonna do one or two more. Geek Illustrator Dad is here. Allison Troy, another one of our crew members. Bryce H is also in the house. Pop Culture Plastic, Captain Palsley, Leroy, and Michael, and 3DLP. That I think covers everybody. Oh, Kevin Florence, you stuck in at the end of the line. Hello, Kevin. All right, that was a long list of people in the chat, but good to see everybody here. And we have some awesome news to talk about, Michael. So let's kick it off.
Yes, we should kick it off by saying hello to our lovely crew first and reminding them that we do have a Junkies and Addicts after party right after the stream. So hop on, don't cross streams. So when this is over, just look for the link in the community section of our YouTube page. And also the link is on Discord. We have a fun show planned, and it's actually prepping for a future show, which the MOTU News basically kicked this show out of the slot this week. And so we're gonna get down to covering that first. So yeah, I don't know where this image originated from first, but we have a window into probably some of the stuff we'll see, I guess maybe in a month or so, or really, really soon. I can't believe it's been a year since they dropped all those Masters of the Universe figures on us last year.
I know. And some of the names on here are things we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, and some things are stuff we've been hoping and wishing that we'd get for a very long time. And Frankie, thank you very, very much. I know the office is looking fantastic. I've been working my little tail off on it, and I can't wait to be done because I am exhausted. And hopefully, I don't know how to edit videos, but maybe I can cobble my way through a toy room tour eventually when I'm done. But getting back to this news, why don't we go ahead and dive in to some of the names we see on here?
Yeah, so the ones in the top row are basically the figure assortments, and so each of these has a alphabet and number designation. I didn't know we were getting more Eternian minis, so that's kind of cool. There's a Masterverse figure wave up here. There's a MOTU Origins wave, and the Turtles of Grayskull deluxe figure assortment, which is interesting because they're kind of calling that out separately. We are, interestingly enough, we'll finally get to pre-order Rock On, and I think after Mattel has figured out their international shipping issue, I think that was a good idea on their part to kind of push the launch and pre-order of Rock On a few days till they figure that out.
Absolutely. And do you know if it's gotten ironed out yet?
I'm guessing it has been because it's still the date that it says on it. So I think, I think it's good. I haven't seen it get pushed out any further. So maybe they're just working out the kinks.
Yeah, fantastic. Because that would have not been cool if our friends across the border and overseas could not get Rock On. So I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to buy him. which is
Yes.
awesome. But a couple of the names we see on here, Extendar and Cyclone, we saw both of them at SDCC. It feels like
Yes.
forever ago that
It
we saw
does.
them, and it's awesome to see that they are on this leaked list. So we know they're coming, and we've already seen their figures. But there's a couple on here that really pique our interest. For example,
Oh,
we have Demo Man
yeah.
and the one and only Too Bad. Finally.
Yeah. Demo Man was a surprise, and All Music fan is glad to see Demo Man make the list.
Mhm.
But like, how does everyone else feel about some of the characters that were introduced in the MOTU Classics line, just kind of crossing over and making it into MOTU Origins? This was it feels like a random figure to me, but I guess given the history of the Demo Man figure, it might make sense, but it's still like prolonging the Origins line enough to like push off another figure from the Origins line that we're supposed to get it like completed
Yeah.
off another month or so, right?
Yeah. I mean, we always, we're impatient. We want to get all those remaining 15 figures from the vintage line, but we got to remember that Mattel wants to prolong the life of this as long as possible. So if they have to insert, a couple more deep cut characters here and there in the waves, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And so he's pretty cool. And it looks like some of the people in the chat are saying that international shipping for Rockon is still not available,
Whoa.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
Well, yeah,
Sorry, guys.
I guess we'll have to wait and see
Bummer.
if they push it a little more. I don't really understand
Yep.
uh, the the issue here because I'm sure they have like nice IT folks that handle all of the stuff on the back end for Mattel. They have to just fix something, or because that would suck
Mhm.
if the international folks weren't able to buy it.
I know, and because this is obviously not the first time we're getting a Motu Origins Mattel Creations exclusive. We've had so many in the past, and our friends from across the border and overseas have been able to buy them before. So I don't know why Rockon in particular is becoming an issue for them to be able to get international orders on.
Yeah, or is it just maybe
Makes
it's
no
their
sense.
first you know Origins figure that they're having online, and maybe they're just working out the kinks, and hopefully this doesn't happen again in the future.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
So
Or maybe we're giving them too
anyway,
much credit.
well, hopefully they figure it out.
I
Um,
know, right?
yeah, I know, right? So the name I think that we're all most excited about seeing on there and makes a lot of sense given the news we broke last week on the Turtles of Grayskull Wave 4 is actually we're finally getting Too Bad, which
Yes.
we've seen teased like a half a dozen times already.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting for him for like many years. So it's awesome. We're finally going to
Yeah.
get Too Bad in the
Really
Origins line.
excited about
What do you
that.
think,
Yeah.
Michael?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm really excited, and it's not only an SDCC exclusive, it also says direct to consumer on there, so it's kind of going to be like Motherboard was
Mhm.
last year. It's like you can get it at Comic-Con if you want, or you can wait for the pre-order frenzy for Too Bad. And yeah, I totally agree with you. This is a figure that they probably had to make exclusive just
Mhm.
because it's probably so expensive for them to tool it
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that'll give them a reason to put it in special packaging, charge a few extra dollars, and cover the cost of that very premium tooling that they had to do. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense.
Oh
I just
yeah.
hope it's not a hassle to get it. We know it will
No,
be. We'll have to
no,
stand
no.
in some big old like Disneyland sized line or whatever when we're SDCC to get them.
Yes. What is up, Allison? She says, I'm glad they're mixing in Demo Man. I need more not vintage figures mixed in. All right, sounds good. Yeah, as long as they continue the line, I'm totally fine with it. I like to see some of the classics figures being remade, so it provides a kind of a more longevity for the line and just more things to add to your shelf, which is
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely. Um,
Yeah,
it's
with two.
funny. I was just gonna say, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna mention something up. Too bad. But
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, speaking of Oh, I just was going to say, speaking of adding to your shelf, and going through the exercise that I'm going through, unpacking and setting everything up, I did not realize the incredible breadth of figures. I have not done a head count on how many figures we've gotten in the Origins line, but out of all of the properties I've been unpacking, I think that is the one that I have like probably the most of. And I was not, it didn't hit me like how many figures they've made already.
Yeah.
It's incredible how big this line has gotten. I've got Origin figures like strewn all over the place, and I'm like, my God, I didn't realize like they've released so many of them, and
Yeah.
yet it's not been ones that were easy to get in retail either. They've all been a struggle to buy, but
Yeah.
somehow I still have a ton of figures, and
Yeah.
we all do because we love them. They're so cool. But what were you gonna say about Too Bad?
Oh, I was going to ask, and I want to hear from the chat on this too. Do you think they're going to do something really, really special for Too Bad if he's an SDC exclusive? One of the things that I was thinking about is for an exclusive, they could easily make a 3-pack. So they have a Tuvar and a Badra buck or figure, and then in the middle they can have Too Bad, or they can make something that just like mashes them together. That would be actually kind of fun. So
Like that like clicks together. That'd
yeah.
be pretty cool too. But yeah, that is an awesome idea. Like this figure actually in this concept that you see here is absolutely perfect for the interchangeability of what Origins is, you know,
Yeah.
and showing us this look is like incredible that you could take literally 2 of these figures and then interchange a couple parts and then have a Too Bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's an awesome idea.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. So like given like part of me thinks like they're not gonna have just a normal standard release of a figure as an SDCC exclusive, but you know, maybe I'm just jaded because we think like, oh, it's because it's San Diego Comic-Con, we should be getting treated to like something special.
Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't you know, expect any less. And it's funny, like Ryan Cole says, 3-pack confirmed. So Michael, you just confirmed it.
Sounds good to
That's
me.
what we're getting. Oh my God.
Oh
Sounds
my
good to
God.
me. I'll take it.
I know, right? I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
I'd buy
awesome.
that
I
for
love
$1.
that idea.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean others are thinking the same thing. Rob 2023. Well actually Rob, you know, this could be another transformer for me to transform. I could transform Too Bad and Badra into Too Bad. So hey, it's the only transformers that I can do. Cora thinks that would be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I think it would be cool for an SDCC exclusive. It'd be something different because I don't think we've ever seen like this kind of like mashup or separation of a character before and having their like individual figures paid homage to.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's awesome because it pays homage to the lineage of Too Bad, and it creates like that kind of storytelling that you get with a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, showing where he originated from with his 2 original characters and then what his mashup would be in the middle. So I think this is a brilliant idea. So Mattel, if you're still listening, you haven't like totally finished that up. This would be awesome. I mean, they could do this fairly easily, even if they're working on the tooling for Too Bad. The other 2 characters are with existing tooling they already have, and they're already making the heads for Too Bad. So you know, it's like change the armor and like you know, the boots or whatever, and there you go. Like it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I could
Maybe the
see them.
loincloth on.
Yeah, I could see them throwing in like a waist piece that might connect them because you have to have maybe like I don't know, like would they do half of a waist from Too Bad or from Tuvar and Badra? That'd be funny.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if they would do half of a waist.
Who knows? But yeah,
I'm trying to take a look at my my vintage Too-Bad. It actually has just a single, you know, black loincloth with the red belt on it. It's not like split in 2. So I think they could just leave it.
Yeah.
and it would be fine.
Our GP has an interesting bath too bad. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do Build-A-Figures. I guess maybe they're testing it out with the Turtles of Grayskull line, because that's the first Build-A-Figure that I think Masters of the Universe has ever had, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it absolutely is, actually. I mean, they're cool, but then it's a little annoying to me sometimes, because then they shove like a really bad figure in the wave that you're like, I wouldn't buy this. I'm just trying to get the Build-A-Figure part.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I've seen that with Marvel Legends, and you're just kind of like, so I don't get into any of those Build-A-Figures when it
Yeah.
comes to that line.
Yeah.
But of course, I love the one that comes with Turtles of Grayskull. Totally want Metalhead.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, and like all of those figures look really neat too. So I think that would be something interesting for Mattel to
Oh,
do.
absolutely.
Yeah. What else is on here? Yeah, so we have the
Mhm.
mashup deluxe Turtles of Grayskull figure assortments. I'm not sure what the difference is between there's one called Overlay, and then at the bottom it's just that it doesn't have the words overlay in it. So who knows? But
Oh,
yeah, you made this amazing concept.
I'm not exactly sure what the distinction.
Yeah. But yeah, you made this.
Oh my god, yeah. So that was the concept that they did for for Bebop and Rocksteady combined. And I think that one's going to be an incredible figure. I can't wait to see what they actually do with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not
and that
probably
one's
not
got a
gonna look
split
like
a
this.
split like waist piece.
Yeah. It's interesting because hopefully, I
It'd be
guess if
awesome if
they
it did look like that.
what's that?
I said it would be awesome if it did look like that, but they're
Yeah.
gonna like MOTUize it, so he's got to have some kind of MOTU armor or something, going on with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'll have to. I guess we'll see maybe in mid-March once they drop all these figures on us on our heads. So we shall see. And I think one of the things I'm looking forward to, I think, is seeing this Bebop and Rocksteady mashup. And if they have Too Bad, to see like, okay, did they actually reuse the tooling for it? Because San Diego Comic-Con is not,
Mhm.
it's far away, but it's not that far away, because they've probably already had to like make the figures already
Yeah.
for Comic-Con.
Well, I'm sure they've been done for quite a long time. They're probably already pressing them and starting to finish off like artwork for packaging and stuff like that at this
Yeah.
point. So yeah,
Yeah, and this
they do
is
that
by far
fairly
not all of the
religiously.
lineup for 2024. And so Robert Alessandrini asks, wanted to circle back to your comment. Do you think Mattel will finish the 1988 unproduced figures like Strobo and Bow Blaster? Strobo was teased on, I forget whose card art, and so it's basically uh it's kind of like a Zodak kind of figure. So I don't see why they won't make
Mhm.
some of the unproduced figures.
I think that was totally given. It was probably I think it was on one of the Snake Men card backs. I don't remember
Yeah.
which one. But yeah, that could easily be a figure that they make. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
obviously, at this point, we're getting the Powers of Grayskull line. So
Yes.
yeah, that's also
Yeah.
coming up,
Yeah. It'd be
which were
interesting to
never
see.
produced.
Yeah, what they would do. Yeah, what they would do with the line, because they only released a few figures, and so that would be amazing if they released the unproduced figures. I think. Well, they already did. Well, they already are kind of with Terror, Lord Grasp, and um, if they make Plasmar, I
Mhm.
guess if Rio Blast is coming,
Yep.
they're gonna make
Viper.
Plasmar, sure.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And then we have Viper, of course, that was teased on the Eternia artwork, which is awesome. So can't wait for
Yes.
him. Mhm.
Yes, Nuno Biz feels like Powers of Grayskull is long way off. Yeah, it does. If we don't see any Powers of Grayskull in the March
No, it's
Madness
not.
reveal. Oh, yeah, there we go. Um,
I think we're going to have a lot of it because card back art is already designed. So I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a lot more in 2024.
Yes, totally. Allison says, I'd suspect easy repaints with tooling like Strobo, 2000X Zodak, 2000X variants, etc. will get mixed in with the cartoon collection eventually. Yeah. Yeah, that's another wild card too, is the cartoon collection. We know that Merman and Stratos are up next, but who's next after that?
Yep. I can't wait because and actually displaying all of my cartoon collection figures together, even though there's only 6 right now, they look great on the shelf. And I can't wait for them to release more. Yeah, so they got to keep those going.
Yeah, and we had revealed a while ago that the first cartoon collection vehicle will be the collector, and so it seems like they wouldn't just drop a few figures on us in a random vehicle and then just stop the line. So we're kind of looking forward to it continuing down the road.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get them all, and we got to get Chef Allen. We got to get all of them, Blizzard Man. Like, bring them all on.
Yes, we definitely need Chef Allen in the house. We'll have Yurko 3D print. I know, right? We'll have Yurko 3D print Eterno's Palace, and then actually, if you scale it for Origins, that's perfect because then the figures kind of take up less room in there. You can totally have Chef Allen in the kitchen, and Crackers the Clown. That's right.
There you go. You can use your spare space for that, right?
Oh, totally.
Eterno's Palace in the middle of the room.
Yes. Robzilla has a good point. We also have Keklar that they need to find a way to release since he didn't make it into Eternia. Who knows?
Well, he is sketched on the back of the box, right?
That's true. Yes, that is true.
Do you think they'll release him?
I mean, they would be, I don't want to say stupid, but they would be missing an opportunity if they didn't do something. Well, he was in a blue outfit and a red outfit. I think he was in a red outfit for maybe some of the international books or comics or whatever. And so they could do a red version just to say like, oh, we were going to release the blue version for Eternia, but now we're going to release the red version.
I mean, I don't care if they release the blue version. Just say, look, we didn't make it into Eternia, but now it's a Mattel Creations exclusive. Here you go.
Right.
I'd be fine with that. I don't think anyone would complain, right?
Oh, totally. Yes, and also the Princess of Power does turn 40 this year, so it's going to be interesting to see like what comes out, because we also got information that She-Ra and Bo are coming to the cartoon collection too, and then with this latest Rock-On card art, well, some other heavy horde hitters are coming to the cartoon collection, which is fascinating to me. So
absolutely. And I guess while you're at it, we can take a look at that card for Rock-On, because we did get a tease for cartoon collection Filmation style, both Leech and Hordak, and you can tell that is a different Leech because he's got like brighter green color, the little like orange pauldrons on his outfit, and like the orange loincloth, or yellowy pauldrons, and the yellowy loincloth. So that definitely looks different than the original release of Leech. And of course, blue version of Hordak, which was in that 4-pack for PowerCon in 2021 that a lot of people missed out on. How incredible would it be if they released more of a cartoon collection version of him in his blue skin color for all those people who did not get a blue Hordak before?
Yeah, that would be amazing, because that one is I think it's still expensive on the secondary market, but I think the thing that blew my mind mostly was the kind of cross tease of a different subline. Yes, they're Masters of the Universe Origins figures, but we've never seen another subline get teased on card art before. Like, this would be like teasing a Origins figure on the Masterverse card art, for example.
I know, it's kind of crazy. And we also get a teaser obviously for Modulok, who looks like he's suffering quite a bit from Rock-On's blast right there. But you know, and that's one that we are hoping we're going to be getting for the vintage line. So it's really cool to see that, and that is like the original vintage style Modulok. It's not the cartoon version of him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other tease that we got on here, and me and you went back and forth on this because I was like, wait a minute, isn't that, you know, Rock-On just like transforming in the background? And it's not. If you look carefully, and I did notice, I'm like, I thought maybe he was just slightly illustrated differently because he was in his transforming form. That is Stondar that's falling down from the sky right over Rock-On's head. You pointed out, you know, he's got like that other arm bracer and the little one on his thigh as well. You know, his colors are very similar, but that is Stondar on there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because one, like, I didn't figure this out myself. Somebody either emailed us or dropped a comment on our Instagram. So I went to the source and just asked Roy, and Roy said that this tease, it looks very similar to Rock-On, but it's actually an homage to some of the artwork done by Earl Norham. And I think this, let's see. Oh yeah, it's this illustration or art that it's paying homage to. So you can see Leech and Hordak. So yeah, this one makes it look a little bit different. Like it makes it look like it's two separate beings instead of like a mid transformation. Because I was confused too. That's what I originally thought.
I know, because especially because he's like landing kind of like right over his head, kind of in the same position.
Yeah, I totally. Yeah,
so it made it a little more difficult. The format of this is later, right? So that's the reason they had more space to fit, you know, Stondar off to the side rather than over like Rock-On's head. But it does look incredible, and if you look closely, you will notice, you know, some of the differences in the two characters.
Yeah,
I think, you know, I tend to think of Stondar as a little bit more gray and Rock-On as having a more blue color. So I think the way that he's illustrated there, his rocky exterior looks very similar in color. It made it kind of hard to differentiate the two. I guess you want to call it that, right?
Totally. So here's a question: do you think they're going to go down the line of the Meteorbs?
I doubt it. I really doubt it. It's such a niche line, totally new tooling, a lot of engineering on those parts. So I mean, even though there's simple transformations, I don't know. To me, I don't think that they're going to do it. What do you think?
I mean, I hope so, because you know they are part of the line, and so I want to think they're going to make probably all the figures, and I would count these as figures as well. I'm not sure if they're going to make all of the vehicles, but I'm like, why haven't they made more vehicles? Maybe they're not selling well and they just don't want to pour more money into them.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, you know, they do tend to shelf form a little bit, but maybe they just got to tweak the quantities a little bit. But I mean, I would love to get, you know, a brand new Dragon Walker or a freaking like attack track. Or hey, just give me some of the dinosaurs, you know, the T-Rex or Bionatops. Like those cost a fortune right now on the aftermarket. Like some new ones. Those would go great with the new Powers of Grayskull figures. I mean, I would love to display them, you know, with the Eternia playset.
Totally, yeah, and the Giants too, and yes, totally. Frankie can't wait. I'm not sure if that's for the Meteorbs or
rooted hair giants,
other things, but let's see. Yes, it's funny, Cora, you mentioned this.
So, Michael, rooted hair or not rooted hair on the Giants?
Oh gosh, you got to have rooted hair. Like I don't like what they did on classics because it's hard to like move their heads around.
Me neither. Yeah, he's just very like.
Yeah. But Cora mentions a good point, which I am going to bring into the stream. So they released the cover of the mini comic, and also a couple pages, and
Mm-hmm.
it looks like they're also teasing Granita or Granita. So I mean, if they're making
Mm-hmm.
rock people, like she would be a great addition to the line too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Rock On gets lonely and wants a mate. So
Well,
he
yeah,
needs a friend.
yeah. Well, it is. We're not going to have a Luke and Leia situation, but it's actually his sister. So, so I don't.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. I didn't realize
okay.
that.
Like,
My
just don't want
bad.
that to get weird, but
I didn't know the backstory to do this.
it's okay.
They
Yeah,
look
it's
cozy in the comic book cover there, so
yes, as
little do I know.
it's family. Yes, thank you, Cora. That's hilarious. That's so
Oh, thank you
funny.
for working that out. But
It,
okay, well, he doesn't want to be lonely because he wants some family around,
there
so he
you
wants
go.
his sister. So there you go.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you're not the
Yeah.
only one. Joshua Robbins also thought it was his girlfriend too. So
Thank you,
yeah,
Joshua.
it was.
I
Yeah,
don't feel
it's
so bad
fun.
now.
It's fun to go and see like where these things show up because they're in some of the Filmation episodes, and it's so funny. Like, could you imagine
Mhm.
like cartoon collection versions of these too? It's funny.
Oh my god, that would be incredible. And that's so many deep cuts there for the cartoon collection. Like, you know, I want to get all the heavy hitter characters, but it would be really cool to get them.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I love the aesthetic, so
Yeah. I do too. But yeah, the art. Yeah, the art for Rock On is cool. If I can come back to it, there we go. So yeah, there's a lot of teases going on here. On such a small card back, there's 4 figures
Mhm.
that are potentially in our future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be looking forward to see what they would do with a Filmation
Mhm.
Leech, because the Filmation Leech was like a lighter green in the Princess of Power cartoon, and so it wasn't like that deep like forest
Mhm.
green that he is now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, he had, the yellow shoulder pauldron, so his outfit looked a little different. And Michael, it's funny. I am going to let you handle reading Daniel's super chat.
Yeah, so Daniel also collects Masters of the Universe figures, and he likes to I guess play with them together. So, he has his GI Joe sometimes mixed in with his Masters of the Universe figures. So his Rock On, is saying it's like maybe Rock On is going to ask Zorana out, and we'll see. Maybe he'll do a live stream on Rock On and Zorana and their adventures. But thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend.
Thank you, Daniel.
So
Uh, that's great.
interesting question, and I actually hope we see the snake lair at Comic-Con. Like that's the like all this
Mhm.
stuff is like getting me so excited for this year's Comic-Con, because one, we're going and
I
we
know.
have tickets to preview night. And so we're
I
like,
know. So we're gonna get to see all of it like uh right away. That's gonna be so freaking cool in person. So
yeah, and
can't wait.
same thing, Colby. I haven't heard anything after the voting took place, so it's funny. It had like a huge buildup,
Mhm.
and then I feel like like all this
Mhm.
info is just like dropped off a cliff, and it will just kind of show up somewhere randomly.
Well, of course, they're doing now their research and development and design. So they got a product or a project selected, and so now the design team is off and working, and the engineering team is off and working, and they're trying to actually design the product. So that's what they're busy doing, and that's why we haven't seen anything yet. So I'm sure
Yeah,
they're gonna make something incredible.
I hope so. Dan, yeah, we'll chat later if we can sneak you in. Was it like Scooby Doo, like to get on my shoulders and I'll be the legs and you be the upper half? Sure, we'll try that. There's a 9-foot man coming in the
With a
door.
giant trench coat.
I know, right? What's he got under that trench
Really
coat? I don't know.
small.
Shaky Sacks, Princess of Power origins
With
or
Carmen
no?
and Kate.
Question mark. What do you think, chat?
Mhm.
What do you think, Toy Sorceress? Should we also be getting the Princess of Power in Origins?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the whole MOTU universe. So Bring them all on. I want to see all the Pop figures. I am totally stoked for that. And we know we're getting Pop coming to the cartoon collection. Add them to the Vintage Origins line as well. And I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing some of those with rooted hair as well.
No, yeah, I mean, like Mattel is experts at doing rooted hair, so I'm kind of surprised. Like what they did the 35th anniversary She-Ra with rooted hair, correct?
Oh, she looks great. I'm staring at her right now. She looks great.
I know, like yeah, you'd show me pictures of your
You did a
room. It's
wonderful
like
job.
I'd be totally distracted if I was like in your room and trying to do this, just looking at all your stuff.
Could I just flip my camera around for a second when
Yeah,
I'm
go
staring
for it.
at while we're talking? I
Yeah,
mean, this
sure.
this is what I have right in front of me as we're talking, and I keep looking at stuff. I just put out my vintage figures up above. And then I've got these. I'm waiting for this really awesome canvas print that is now delayed, but that's why I'm getting distracted because I'm looking at all this cool stuff, and then there's more. There's more there. I'm not going to show the floor because the floor is a mess. But suffice to say, I've got a lot in front of me. That's why I've been busy for the last 2 weeks, and more in the other room.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Yeah, thank you, Joshua Robbins, for the reminder. If you have not smacked that like button, just take a second, smack it, rub it, do whatever you want to do with it. Oh my gosh, very cute to be part of the greatest toy family in the world, Toy Habits. Thank you, Joshua. So awesome.
Aw,
Oh,
that is
makes me want to
awesome.
cry. You want to see a grown man cry? There we go.
Aw. And of course, I'd love to see, of course, they've done this already on the PowerCon exclusive for She-Ra. Give us that original card art for the subline. Go for it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Oh
all
my
in
God.
on that with the pink, the pink and the Princess of Power logo and the whole bit. I'm staring
Yeah.
at that right in front of me. I'd love to see more figures like that.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Bring it on,
They have.
Mattel. My
Yeah,
wallet will
they
be
have
bleeding,
to
but
do it.
that's okay.
Yeah, I would love to see that too.
And Joe says, "That's amazing, Toy Sorceress. Thank you, Joe." I'm like, I am so tired. Every spare moment I've had, I've been working on this.
Yeah, well, hopefully
Which shelves are
you'll be
those,
finished.
Dan? They were actually good.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, well, you can finish your thought, and then I'll answer Dan's question.
Oh, I don't have any more, so go for it.
Okay, Dan, those are just simply Billy bookcases from IKEA, and I carefully measured the room and made sure that they fit really good, like wall to wall, and connected them together and anchored them to the wall, so they look a lot more like built-in shelving. And in the next room behind me, I have more of them that went kind of wrapped around as well. So they work great. They really do.
Yeah,
And they're inexpensive. That's the other great thing about it.
yes, yeah, we got to visit those at IKEA today, which was fun.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see what you do with your room, Michael.
I'm not gonna rush into it. I'm actually gonna put my the desk setup that I have in there now and just live in it for a bit and try and just figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I did too because I couldn't get to all of this with the rest of the house projects. So I totally
Yeah.
get that, and it makes sense. And just be good and ready when you get everything, and it'll take time. It will take time.
Yes, all this stuff
But
takes
I'm
time
sure
and
it's going to
care.
turn out incredible.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I have to figure out how to dampen the echo in there now because it's just a big empty echo chamber. But yeah, Rob 2023 could not agree with you more. Yeah, if you do want to see me cry, just watch me transform any transformer, let alone a masterpiece transformer. I will definitely be in tears at the end.
Oh my God, those instructions are so hard to understand. Why can't they make the instructions for Transformers a lot more simplistic? And it's tiny, and you can barely tell what's changed from one scene to the next. It drives me crazy. I can't do it either.
Extendar is being he has a question. Why is Too Bad an SDCC exclusive? So I don't know if you were here for might not have been here for the discussion, but we could see something like this, or they just need or they just want to kind of maybe recoup a lot of money for it, and then they'll make it probably, maybe a higher price point, I'm guessing, just to recoup all that. But my question is, why do we have to pay for why do fans have to pay for the tooling? Like, that just should be a sunk cost that the toy companies have, right?
I know. You'd think so, but unfortunately, they need to make money. They got to pay the bills, and so sometimes with certain figures, they're not as economical to make as other ones are, and unfortunately, that's why they have to have different means of selling these to change price points and make sure that they're paying for what they're building.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to pay for their production costs. So yeah. And Joshua, thank you for the big shout out. Well, right now, I don't really have any flooding going on here. I don't know, Michael, how's the rain up by you?
We were in a flash flood warning, but I'm like, we're not in like anywhere close to where water comes, so that might be for downtown Danville, but it really hasn't rained a ton here.
That's good. It hasn't really hit us yet much either. Just kind of, nasty outside as well. But thank you for the shout out, Joshua.
So interesting. Like, I guess with the Origins line moving to Mattel Creations, like Rock-On's going to be the first figure that's going to be offered there. What does everybody think about having this on Mattel Creations? Like, should they have just kept them in the stores if they, if they could sell them through the stores? I'm assuming that they're, or maybe they're moving the line off to make room for the Turtles of Grayskull line. Because if they have like 3 or 4 lines that people have to choose from, they might be really choosy.
You know what? To me, whatever is good for the health of the line, I'll be fine with, as long as they can keep the line going, and if that means having to sell it on Mattel Creations, and make sure that they've sold whatever quantity or whatever they need, it's fine, and they're saving on paying off the retailers and paying for shelf space and all that kind of stuff, and it keeps the line going. By all means, I think I'm totally fine with it. And we don't have to run from store to store to hope and pray like somebody's got it in the back, or like someone else showed up 15 minutes before you and already bought it. Like, I don't know about you. Gas is expensive and your time is worth, a lot as well. So hunting for toys is always fun, but it also is frustrating. So if you have one place you can go to like get your figure and then it's mailed to you and you take out the hassle, hopefully that they made enough, right? Then I'm all for it.
Totally, yeah. All Music fan definitely wish they would keep them in stores and in BBTS and EE. Let's see. Stanley's Toy Channel, I think, should be kept in retail space. Yeah, I think it's more fun to just see them. But Allison makes a good point. Yeah. She would rather deal with Mattel Creations than Walmart. And so I don't know if anyone here in the chat had gotten their Captain Lou Albano and Vader figures pre-canceled by Walmart over the last couple of days, but those emails are going out.
Yep. Luckily, you snagged me a Captain Lou, so I think I canceled my order, so I'm not sure what would have happened, but I know a lot of people's orders were getting canceled.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you would have gotten them canceled, but actually you did the canceling first, so that's great. You at least showed Walmart. There you go.
Yeah, I was like, don't need you, sucker. I already got him. So hopefully it made space for somebody else to get one. I don't know.
Oh, totally. Right? Yeah. So I don't know if people have had just, maybe it's the Mattel Creations exclusives PTSD that people have, but I'm expecting if they have a general release character like Rock-On is, yes, he's Mattel Creations exclusive because that's where he's sold. They should make enough quantity for everyone to get one. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they will, and I think they've been adjusting that over the last few exclusives. It's been not as hard to get, I guess, if you want to call it. Like they haven't been selling out as instantaneously as, let's say, Wonder did, right?
Yeah.
I think we're all, as long as you're there within the first, like, 15, 20, 30 minutes, people have been able to get the figure. If you go kind of past that, then yes, it'll eventually sell out. And sometimes some things lasted longer.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, Ryan makes a good point. They should do these made to order. So that's, I guess everyone can get one, right? And so
They
it's
should.
not a mad dash to, go to Mattel Creations at 9 in the morning Pacific time and try to secure your one figure, because that would suck if you had like all the figures and like you're missing one. Like,
It would suck, but again, I think we'll be fine in getting them.
yeah.
I don't know. If they get made to order, though, we would have to wait like 6 to 9 months to get your figure,
Oh,
as
that's true.
opposed
Yeah.
to now Rock-On's going to ship, I think, May 17th, right? Because they need time to actually produce the figures and then ship them overseas and then go through customs and all the other headache. And by that time, you're going to forget about it. You're not going to be excited about Rock-On 9 months from now. You're going to move on
No.
to something else. You'll be like, oh, yeah, I ordered Rock-On. Oh, okay. And then toss them in your toy pile. You're not going to be as happy to get them in 9 months away. So I'm fine with it. Like, give them to me in a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking about Walmart, and I know Walmart is not everybody's favorite topic, but Deluxe Krang has been making his way around the internet. We had a very nice viewer of the website in the channel. His name is Jason. He scored Krang at the Mattel store down in El Segundo, and he was nice enough to do like a photo shoot in his car. I was like, wow.
That's so cool. I'm sure he is super excited to get him. So he's like, I gotta take some pictures. But what do you think of Krang? He looks great.
Oh, Krang, yeah, I think Krang looks, he's like the most interesting deluxe figure that I've seen, because there's so many things that you can do with the guy. You can remove his midsection. He has the Krang and the little brain dude in there. Just like, he's like, let me out.
Yeah, that's actually Krang.
The
little brain dude inside, that's Krang himself, and then the rest of him is his android body.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But it's really cool that he's in there. You can remove him. It's awesome. I'm just telling Michael this because he's a little bit of a newbie when it comes to turtles, and that's okay. Yeah. So it's all learning process.
Let's see, price tag
but
on
it's really awesome. Like, you can see.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. Mouse Jaw was how much? Was it 24 or 30? Was it? Oh, it was $29.99, I think, or $24.99. I don't remember. Anyway,
it was $24.99 in most places. He hasn't shown up online yet, but like at my Target, he was $27.99. Maybe because I'm in California and LA and he costs more. I don't know. But most places had him for $24.99.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah, Frankie needs Slacker and Krang so bad. Yeah, the Krang's really cool, because I think there's just a lot of displayability and playability with the figure. You could take the midsection out. You can have Krang just rolling around on the floor. Like, the weapons are cool. Like, they attach to his just fist sockets, and it just makes a really neat presentation. Like, all this stuff comes out.
I think they did an amazing job. I'm bummed out that he is a Walmart exclusive, because he's going to be really hard to get.
Yes. Oh yeah, here's the price right here, $24.97. Duh. Yeah. So with Krang coming out, we do. So this is a funny thing. I haven't yet posted a link to this product page yet, because it links to the page, but once you refresh the page, it goes to the Walmart collector spot page, where they have their Walmart collector con. So Walmart has 2 collector cons. They have one in March, and they have one in I think October. And so this is my theory. Prove me wrong. I think Krang will be available for sale on Walmart during their March collector con.
Let's hope he is, and I think that's an awesome theory. I really like that idea. That way it'll hopefully allow everybody to try and actually get him. And speaking of, also, you also did find Slacker on Target, and as we were posting the article, we thought we just found the listings for it, but he actually went up for pre-order and immediately sold out. And some people were actually able to order him.
Yeah. Did anyone in the chat get to pre-order Slacker?
Not being either one of us.
No. Yeah, it's like put out the article and then like go do my day job, and then like come to find out it went up for pre-order and is gone already. It was like, wow. But
I know, it's so funny because like you're the one that found it, like you deserve to get a pre-order.
No, it's fine. Like, you know,
right.
It's all good. I think he'll probably be
probably like
yeah.
You think?
Yeah, it's just funny to see just mouse, like the shelves are full of mouse jaws now.
Oh, mouse jaw, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I know. They're like 4 deep at my Targets. Super easy to get.
Yeah.
In case anyone needs one.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like I think everybody who's gotten one has gotten one, but you know, sometimes distribution is kind of a mess. I still haven't seen a Moss Man in my local Walmarts. So I'm like, where are they?
I've seen them only at one Walmart, and it's not local to me. It was like 30 miles away. But it's only one single Walmart, and it took a long time for them to actually get him. And it was exciting to actually see him, but it's like way past, you know, when everybody else got him. So
yeah, Smetty, I wonder if Lord Grasp Terror and Necroconda will also be available at CollectorCon. Yeah, those are also figures that we haven't seen or just been talked about in a while. There's a lot of other websites that are outside of the US that have the pre-orders and official images of those figures, and it's like there's zero communication about any of this stuff.
Yeah, it's very frustrating that we're not getting information on it, but I'm sure they have a plan in terms of when they're expecting to release them, and hopefully they make it so that it's easy to get. But we know that's not going to be the case with Walmart.
No,
but it's wishful thinking, right?
I know, right? My buddy's customs. Yeah, let me know if you need a mouse jaw. If you can't find them, I'm happy to send one to you, and you know, I can open it so the shipping is less if you're going to open it. So just DM me on Instagram if you need one. Let's see, Rob 2023. When is the next CollectorCon? Not that it matters. It's they should call it like Walmart Cancel Con, to be honest. But anyway, they typically have one in March and in October. So that's actually fun because it's not just Masters of the Universe. They've had GI Joe Classified series, WWE Superstars. Ooh, that's actually a good maybe the latest WWE Superstars line will be going up for pre-cancel for Walmart CancelCon. So who knows?
Walmart CancelCon, exactly. And speaking of GI Joe Classified, we did have some classified news as well. But there is a listing on Entertainment Earth at the end of the month on February 29th. Of all days, on leap year, that there's going to be some classified figures going up for pre-order, and we just got all of those awesome releases, digital renders that came out on GI Joe Day, which was February 1st, I believe, and then this amazing leaked images of Mad Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter, and Lowlight and freaking Spirit 2-pack, which is awesome. Got leaked, and it's funny because Spirit has a different bird companion, Niall or something like that, I believe. But what do you think of these, Michael? Like, that is my favorite version of Lowlight, I gotta tell you.
So, oh, that's great.
I'm super excited about them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do like the Marauders. I like them in the vintage line, and so they're probably a shoe-in for you know, once we saw Barbecue, we're like, okay, there's all these other figures that they already have the tooling for. But yeah, I agree. Like, I love the paint app on the uniforms. I think it's so cool. So yeah,
I know. I can't wait to get these. They're going to be really awesome.
Yes, totally. It's interesting. Like there's another little mini figure of Sarge packed in here. Is like I guess if they're doing like a whole repack of the first release, they might as well just throw them in there as well too, right? With dumbbells and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and absolutely, yeah, it's really cool. I love the dumbbells. That's a nice added feature, and it's hard to tell because it's so small. But I think that other Sarge figure is, like with the Mad Marauders logo. If you can tell, like
Oh, you're right.
over the little minifigure on the card
Oh,
box,
you're right.
that is updated. I can't tell if the color scheme is different, which I doubt at that scale. But it's still really cool that he's on a
Oh,
different
that's
card back.
awesome. That's totally cool. I totally did not make that connection, but it's so funny that we just kind of see these. Just who gets these and who takes pictures of these? I want to know. But
I don't know, and they're always quite weird angles and blurry. I gotta tell you.
I know, why can't people take good pictures? Like this is one of my pet peeves of like I know we cover a lot of stuff from the desk at home, but it's like if you're there at a con, like you get instant feedback whether your picture is
Yeah,
blurry or not, if it's good or not. If it's not, just retake the picture and focus it again, please.
I know. Especially if it's something like this that no one's seen before. I mean, and these obviously made their rounds on social media.
Mhm.
But both Lowlight and Spirit are looking incredible, and it looks like Spirit is packed with Nile. I guess his bird has a different name. He looks like he has a little bit darker color scheme, and which it's really cool. I mean, Freedom needs a break.
Yeah.
Right?
Or a buddy, whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
Spirit,
fine.
like with the dark browns, like I can't, sometimes it's hard to tell whether that's black or brown, but it looks like a really dark brown. Like Spirit almost looks like a Night Force character.
I know. I was gonna say, and if you do look at his Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders version, he is quite brightly colored. He does have the bright like blues and greens, and then the
Yeah.
olive and the brown on him. So it looks like they went with a little bit different, more subdued color scheme for this version of him.
Yeah, and I think Rob Zilla, you're right. People are taking pics on their Razor phones. I had one of those back in 2000, so or whatever they came out.
So did I.
Not the best, but it's interesting. Like this
I
is.
actually got one of the first editions.
Oh yeah.
Good.
I
Well,
was gonna say like.
I used to have a part-time job selling cell phones, and it's like they gave me like some preview version of the Razor when it first came out,
That's
like
funny.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's a crack up.
It's interesting that they're doing 2-packs because we had the Tripwire and Roadblock 2-pack. Like, are they thinking like nobody's gonna buy like a one-off figure of Spirit or Lowlight again? Who knows? But well,
I don't know. I mean, maybe because they're putting it in a 2-pack, it allows them to charge a little bit more and then add, because you can tell the pack out's quite extensive for
yeah,
these.
big.
So that gives them an excuse to make this more of a deluxe price point and charge a little
Yeah.
more money. I don't know.
Yeah, these figures would actually go really well with some of the Night Force characters. So like you can have like a special ops like Marauders, um, Night Force
Oh
like
yeah,
patrol.
I
That'd
think
be
they
cool.
would look good.
Totally would.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so GI Joe Classified series. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of other figures that could probably drop for the GI Joe Classified series, and I think I wrote up one. Oh, here it is. I'll just put this in on the screen too. So all right, so Leap Day's coming. There are a lot of digital render reveals. There's a lot of name only reveals that are still left on the table. So in addition to
Yeah.
the Marauder figures that we just saw, we could also see, like, we're still due all of these figures from like the retro line, like Beachhead, um, Snow Serpent, and Eels, and like all these other figures that are name only. Yeah, so it'd be super interesting to see. what goes down.
Absolutely. And we just got today some images posted of Nagahide, some test shots of the actual figure
Oh, right.
parts. I think it was
That's
on
right.
the Zartan body or something. We put a post of that earlier today. But that he's looking incredible, and I can't wait for him. I love that he comes with his boar and a monkey. I mean, that
Yeah,
is like
he's crazy.
so cool.
Yeah, he's very crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we get an extra day in February, so the Joe team is like, well, we'll use that extra day to make some money. I wonder if they'll have I'm sure they'll have a fan stream. If they're going to be dropping product, they have to have one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be really cool. So can't wait to see these guys drop. And that's another line that I can't believe how intensive and how many figures we've gotten in the classified line. Again, another one that I was setting up my figures and I'm like, oh my God, how did we get so many of them already? And I still have a slew of them on pre-order. It's just like, oh my God, I think they need to slow down a little bit.
I know, right? It's like like, I guess once you have everything out, like, if you know what's coming, are you going to have room? And it's like, okay, maybe I don't need this figure. Who knows?
Yeah, I've actually been trying to thin some stuff out because I know I'm gonna need room for more.
Totally. Do you think there's any chance we'll see another Dr. Mindbender? I don't know. There's only really, like, the only cool version of Dr. Mindbender was released already. So I don't want them to do like the funky, like, purple and yellow Dr. Mindbender they did in the early 90s. That would be no bueno, but I don't see another Dr. Mindbender coming. But I could be wrong. They told us that the HasLabs, right, would not be released again, and they had a sale where they had, I guess, old stock of HasLabs that they were getting rid of for charity, but that kind of broke the model for the HasLab.
Yeah, but those went really quick.
So.
It's awesome that they did have some extra stock. They do keep extra stock for people's that maybe arrived damaged or lost or things like that. So they have stock to replace it. And it could be that after all of the orders were shipped out and all of the damaged ones are replaced, they probably had some leftover stock sitting in a warehouse that they didn't have to use. And so they're like, well, we might as well sell this off.
Yeah, I wish they had Jabba's Cell Barge in the mix, but that wasn't the case.
I know. And speaking of, have you opened your Black Series Jabba the Hutt?
I have, yes. He's I don't know if you can see him above Grogu, but he's just sitting.
He's awesome.
Just sitting up there. So
he's right there. He's right there. You see him on the shelf?
Yep.
He looks really good.
Yeah, I tried to throw him into
the
Yeah, he's really cool. I tried to throw him into the to the Book of Boba Fett Jabba's palace, but he was just a little too big. He was just spilling over. So.
Oh yeah. Did you get the vintage collection one too? What do you have fit in that one? Maybe.
I did get the vintage collection one as well because I have the so basically if you get the vintage collection one, the Book of Boba Fett Jabba's palace can turn into actually a proper Jabba's palace once you put Jabba in there. So that's the only reason why I got that.
So that's so awesome. I actually did not get that one because we have the vintage version. So Baroness, what excuse do you have for being late? I'm so joking around. Good to see you, Baroness.
Maybe she'll tell you. She'll tell you on the after.
I know what she's been doing all day. I already know what she's been busy doing all day. It is toy related, so you're totally excused.
Okay, well, maybe she'll let us know in the next stream. She
actually got some additional shelves, so she's been busy.
Look at that. I wanted to, so no update on the O-rings from Super 7 yet. I'm trying to find the article because Big Bad Toy Store made an oopsie poopsie and let out the first wave of of pre-orders, but I think the Baroness actually had gotten her pre-order in, and it's still in there. But I need to just look for that article.
That's fine. So the Baroness of Toys confirm for us in the chat. You did get your order for wave 1 of the O-ring figures from Super 7, right? You still have those in your order list, I believe, which is awesome. I know there was. I'm trying to remember who was in that first wave.
Oh, here. I totally thought I was sharing this. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Cobra Commander.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Yeah, so Cobra Commander, the comic blue bat, Snake Eyes, and a blonde cover girl. And yeah, it's like, I guess you have to have a Snake Eyes and a Cobra Commander in their first wave of anything. So it's cool.
Yeah. Well, they always have. There's always room for more Coco, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So Kurt has them pre-ordered as well. I think I was only able to get the Cobra Commander pre-ordered, and then the listings like disappeared.
Yes.
But that's okay. And yes, Baroness, I know you were rearranging your shelves and you ordered some more, so can't wait to see how those come out. But this is really cool that we already have pre-orders for O-rings, even though they pulled them. It's great to see that they're off and running. So they'll be back up. I'm sure imminently. Like
there must be so much information that just comes across like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and like yes, they do make mistakes. Other retailers do make mistakes as well. That's how we got word that King Keldor was the 4th version or the 4th figure in the Masterverse Wave 12. I'm not going to mention who it was, but he also had an oopsie poopsie on his website that he had to correct.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of, I have him sitting on my floor, which I have not opened yet.
Extender, I hope the O-rings have more of a vintage feel from Super 7. Yeah, I mean, I hope so too. Like, I hope they still stay true to the vintage feel of the O-rings, and it's not just hopefully they have like the cool card art and all that stuff. So.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, they did that with the reaction figures, so yeah,
cool.
I'm sure they'll be great.
Yeah, so I guess besides the MOTU news that kind of kicked our other topic to the curb this week, anything else that you wanted to cover off on before we close?
No, I think we're going to have a fun after party with our addicts and junkies after this, and we have a fun topic to discuss with all of them. So we know, you never know what news is going to be hitting, but stay tuned to toyhabits.com and make sure to check us out on a daily basis because we've always got new news breaking. But the 2024 and SDCC lineup for Origins was really fun to see.
Yeah,
and I think that made everybody's day, especially seeing Too Bad on there. So.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to cover, Michael?
Clamoring. No, I think that was it. But yeah, hopefully, if you have off on Monday, great. If you don't, so sorry that you don't. But yeah, I'm just looking forward not to go. Like, I love where I work, but I'm just not looking forward to working tomorrow. So I'm off.
Rob, I'm just gonna say wink, wink, and you're right.
Well, awesome. All right. Well, if you are an addict or a junkie, we will see you in the next stream, and everybody else, we will see you next weekend. So yeah.
All right, take care, everybody.
We'll have a good
and next weekend I should have Eternia set up behind me.
Oh, that would be awesome. All right, well, have a good rest of your evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later.